Queen Jezebel. Who was she? She was an evil princess that came into the people of God's house as a prophet, was given authority and power, but she didn't have God's back. She was a sent from the enemy himself. And she brought her culture, she brought her gods, she brought both Baal worship and Asherah worship. Baal was the masculine form of who they worship, and Asherah was the female form of who they worship. Both of them were fertility gods, fertility for the land and fertility for the womb. And what they would do is they would offer sacrifices to these gods. For Asherah and for Baal, they would offer baby sacrifices to the babies that were born from the temple prostitutes. And this was not happening in the world. This was happening in the church. And she led God's people. They had a temple here and an Asherah pole here. They had a prostitute there and a Holy Communion here. She was an inside job. The spirit of Balaam is an outside job. Mammon is an outside job, causing people in the church to come out here and be like the world. Jezebel is an inside job. She's a false prophet that wears sheep's clothing, but has fangs. Told you the seats are comfortable, coffee's good, pastor's handsome. You okay? You still here? She was evil. She was wicked. In fact, of Jezebel, God said, the dogs will eat you. And that's exactly what happened. The horses trampled her and the dogs ate her. Because her own eunuchs threw her out the window because she was evil and wicked. But the people of God allowed her to run and rule their city and their nation because we don't want to bother her. You know why they allowed her to do that? Because of moral relativism. Because what's true to Jezebel is true to Jezebel. She's not wicked. She's just worshiping the culture that she knows. To her, child sacrifice is holy. Got quiet right there. To her, temple prostitution is like Holy Communion. So what's true to her ain't bother me. What's true to her is true to her. That's what moral relativism does. It says whatever you feel, whatever you think, whatever you need is the truth. But God says he is absolute truth.
Amen.
Unmovable truth. Unshakable truth. He says, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. You can build your life on me. I'm not like shifting sands or shadows. God does not change his mind like man. He's not one way in the 21st century and another way back in the Bible. The same God there is the same God here. You know why I love that? Because if my God healed in the Bible, he heals today. If my God saved people like Paul in the Bible, he can save people like me today. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So I asked Chat. How do you say it? Chat GPT. That's what I said. Yeah. Thank you, mustache. I love you. That's Chat GPT. I got on it. I got on the machine. And I said, Chat, tell me all the people in the Bible who live their life off of moral relativism. Like morals change based on how I feel or think or want to believe. And Chat, I'm sorry if you don't like this list, but I didn't come up with it. Chat came up with it. And I think Chat might be a little biased in a different way anyways. Here's what Chat came up with. You interested in this? Here's what Chat said. All the people in the Bible who live their life off of moral relativism. Truth that changes over time. King Saul, you know who he is, right? He's the man that feared man more than he feared God and lost his kingdom. And God said about Saul, I tear the kingdom from you. You were chosen, but you're no longer chosen. You know who else? Samson. Oh, I want her today to get a nice little haircut. This girl's hot. She's fly. She's looking better than my ex-wife who I lost.